Some people get offended if you ask them to take care of the paperwork up front.
Right, yeah.
I don't understand.
It's business. This is the music business.
Correct. So regardless of our relationship, so we can keep our relationship good.
Exactly.
Let's do the paperwork.
Right, let's get that out the way. Now we could really have a good time.
You are now watching Rhymes and Politic. Spit them balls.
To answer the question of how when I go to write a record, they call me in. Mm-hmm. Once I know that the label accepted the record, because I did a ton of records that never saw the light of day.
Right.
Once you realize that, okay, this is definitely going out, now I ask for split sheets. Split sheets meaning, how is this going to be split up? He produced the record, I wrote on it. Mm-hmm. I wrote the record. You got to pay dues though. So if you write the record, you got 50%. The producer got the other 50%. If you called me in, you got to get a percentage.
The artist.
No, so just say Cise calls me in to work with, let's say
this could be the label.
No, I'm just saying, let's say you, Cise, say, hey, Motown Records, Def Jam Records called me in. They asking you for a record. You called me in. You got the producer and you got me.
Right.
The producer gets 50% off top.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
The other 50%, you gotta say how it's distributed. I wrote the record, but you called me in. This record doesn't happen if you don't call me in.
Got you.
So I gotta kind of.
So you're like a contractor.
Correct. But so that means, what about your split?
Yeah, where'd that come from?
So now the 50%, you and I gotta split.
Oh, shit.
You get what I'm saying? So that's 25-25.
Wow.
Whether you wrote on it or not.
Yeah.
I don't have this opportunity if you don't call me in. You get what I'm saying? So that's called paying dues.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? You don't have to lift your finger to write nothing. You
I like that guy. I want to be that guy.
That's the, he's filthy rich. You get what I'm saying? 'Cause he's connecting the dots.
Yes.
That's all he does.
Yeah.
He knows who needs to be where, and that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, that sound good with this. You know what? I know who would do perfect over here.
He the orchestrator, the producer.
Right.
Is he a producer? Is he like an executive producer?
No. So LaShawn Daniels called that play, right? Mm-hmm. He can sing. No, he doesn't want to be an artist. He's just gonna write.
Yeah.
He can write himself. He's incredible. He's insane. But sometimes your sound may get jaded.
Okay.
To whoever.
Yeah.
So you say, okay, I need someone else to spice this up. Mm-hmm. And that's when you call the other people.
Got you.
And I may have an awkward sound to someone else. It may be refreshing to this person,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's why he calls me in. So now, so now he gets 25%, I get 25%.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now I could flip out and be like, man, I should get 50%. I should give you like 5%. But you can't say that. Because technically, if he doesn't reference it, you don't even know how this is going to sound.
Okay.
I sound great I fix it with auto-tune and I sound great pitching it, but we're not pitching it that way.
Right.
You got to get somebody who can really sing to sell it.
Yeah.
So he's selling it.
Right.
And that's how it went.
Got you.
So that record comes out and it's on Joe. Now, I get the credits. Mm-hmm. Publishing. When you're doing the splits, all of that has to be discussed up front.
Right.
If you wait and don't get the paperwork up front, you wait till the record comes out, not gonna happen.
You missed the boat.
You missed the boat. And you're gonna be saying, they did this to me, they robbed me. Mm-hmm. You're gonna start crying.
So take care of the business up front, y'all.
And some people get offended if you ask them to take care of the paperwork up front.
Right, yeah.
I don't understand.
It's business. This is the music business.
Correct. So regardless of our relationship, so we can keep our relationship good.
Exactly.
Let's do the paperwork.
Right. Let's get that out the way. Now we could really have a good time.
And the funny thing about that was, I had a one-sheeter drawn up between LaShawn Daniels and I before I even sat down in the chair to put my pen on the paper.
Facts.
And he was like, but I trust him.
Yeah.
And he trusts me. But I said, it's been too many times where I've done a record, where I've written a record, and they didn't even know my name. And they wrote F.A.T.S. So F.A.T.S. as...
You can't cash a check on F.A.T.S.
Exactly. So that's what happened to me.
Got you.
So I learned from it and said, okay, it was a costly lesson.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, let's do this.
Yeah, moving forward, we're going to take care of this business up front.
So
take us to the next step.
Publishing, right?
Yes.
People will give you publishing deals if they know your own projects. Because this is how your publishing works, right? When you hit a record on the radio, that's publishing. Why does the record label want 50% of your publishing when you sign to them? Because they pay the radio stations, whether they have a record coming out or not. So if you are signed to Def Jam and Def Jam's paying Hot 97 or Clear Channel or iHeart,
right,
to get the program director, he puts your record in rotation.
Yeah.
But let's say Def Jam doesn't have any artist records coming out right now. They still paying them. They still paying they still paying the radio stations. Regardless, right? They on the payroll. That's included in the budget, right? So when you come on, when you sign and you over there, and now they got your record to spin, it's publishing. You're supposed to get all the publishing? 100%? No. The record company gonna want their cut because they put money to market you, promote you, and to get your songs in rotation.
Exactly.
So they want 50% of the publishing. Right there.
Can you be mad at that though?
No.
It's a touchy one, huh?
Yeah, it's a catch. It's like a tricky part. Like when you step back and understand that part, like you can't really get mad. You can't get upset at that. It's like, how else would you have gotten that record on the radio?
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't get upset with it. You gotta take it. But now, what are you gonna do with the 50% that you have? That's the real kicker.
Okay.
The other 50%, right? So you got 50% left, right? These people come in. You got the sharks to come in, and the sharks come in and say, "Hey, listen, your name and likeness. Publisher shall have the irrevocable and perpetual right to use, reproduce, print, publish, and disseminate," right? Now, they have my government name here and company. So they're covering everything. Advertisements, writer, anything, trade of exploiting, compositions, anything that you can think of with your name, they got you right here. Because people try, that's what it was like, so people try to go, oh well, that's not the same thing. No, it's covered in here. So now advances.
Okay.
For people who don't know what an advance is, it's not free money.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're giving you money.
Like a loan, like a bank.
Yes, they're loaning you the money in advance. If you turn around and don't produce anything, you're in debt to them.
Yeah.
And even if you do produce something, you're in debt to them.
Yeah.
You still owe them.
Yeah.
So it says, we shall make the following payments. Now, I'm gonna tell you about this one. This is unique in a certain way, right? Because they try to give me 15K here, maximum 20K, 20 here, 25 there, right? Contract year 2, contract year 3.
Okay.
This is a publishing company, right? I could have went with another publishing company and they give you a ton of money.
Yeah.
The difference in it is when you do you can do a publishing deal with where you allow them to administer your pub. So that means they go collect on your behalf. And what they do is they're supposed to get you work. If they don't get you work, it's kind of like breach of contract, right?
Yeah.
Like, cause they're just collecting off of work that you've gotten and you got work out there.
Right.
So that's the situation, right? Where if you look at right here, it says, in the event that publisher exercises a renewal option, they have the right to cancel it, renew it. They have the option. And it says it in writing. The events specified for such renewal option in subparagraph 4B. So your attorney has to look at this because it's telling you to go to subparagraph 4B.
Oh, okay.
You don't even know what that is.
Right.
But I would in my mind, I'm thinking 4. This is 4. This is page 4, and I would go to B. For the second contract year and subsequent contract years, if any, publisher shall pay to writer in advance calculated as follows advances. So, to make a long story short, the writer 50% upon exercise of the applicable option, 25% upon completion, 50% of the minimum delivery and release commitment. So they can give it to you in
increments.
Correct.
Yo,
yeah.
man.
Now the thing is,
that's why you gotta read these contracts, man.
But it won't. I can read this, right? Without the lawyer,
still be confused.
Yes.
Still be lost.
Without the lawyer explaining what this means.
Yeah. So you gotta have a good relationship with your lawyer for him to like, yo, boom, 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 boom,
right.
Where you can understand it.
Right. And think about when they got it where they got you coming and going. Public performance income, mechanical income, synchronization income, other incomes. They covered everything.
That's crazy.
To collect. Like all monies. It says all monies actually earned and received by a publisher in the United States from the exploitation of the compositions throughout the territory. So you're not going to know what that means.
Yeah.
You're not even going to know what mechanical is. You get what I'm saying? Synchronization, you're not going to know what synchronization, you're not even thinking about that. So when it boils down to it, this is the reason why people love music. People don't love music industry because of this. Yep. So you think about your royalties, this is separate from that. This is publishing. Royalties is when they buy it right out. Not radio, not playing on a TV show, not that. They purchase, you have a record on iTunes, I purchased that.
Yeah.
You are compensated from the royalties from that. When your record goes to the radio and it plays and it gets that BDS spin, that's publishing. Total separate. You got to separate it.
Right.
People don't know to separate it. They don't understand it. They won't understand it. There's no reason to understand it. They don't want to explain that to you. They're not going to explain it to you. So, and you see right here, you saw all of those numbers, and it's a co-publishing agreement. Not a publishing, it's a co-publishing agreement.
Who are they? That's another company?
I'm gonna tell you the funny part.
Oh, that's a sub-company of the same company.
So look, here's the funny part about that. This 23,000 Music Publishing Inc. Guess who that is? Take a wild guess.
But you signed a Dog Child though.
Right, I signed a Dog Child. And guess who that is?
Is that his brother's company?
His brother's company.
Hey, yo. What he got to do with it? Ain't you signed to Rodney, though?
Signed to Rodney,
So what he's getting?
but he learned the pub game for the he learned.
Let me see that again.
Yes, and so he learned the publishing game.
So you got a publishing agreement and a co-publishing agreement.
So yeah, so
who's the publishing agreement company? What company is that under?
So remember. No, I didn't do the publishing agreement. I didn't do it.
Okay.
I didn't do it. But what I'm saying, they're both co-publishing.
Okay.
They're both co-publishing. But my point of saying it is,
Yes.
Technically you would look at it like a conflict of interest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you under the same umbrella. Yeah. That's like giving me your lawyer, right?
Yeah.
Like your lawyer gonna represent me.
Yeah.
And you. That's but these are things you have to learn.
Right. Yep,
You wouldn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
And you wouldn't know not to use someone else's, the person that's giving you the paperwork, you wouldn't know to not use his attorney.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You learn, those are costly lessons.
Facts.
And so when people walk away from music, it's usually because of things like this.
Definitely. Yep. So going through all that, man, you transition behind the camera now.
Yeah.
How's that been?
I love it. I love it. I love behind the camera.
So you got a project called The Code.
So that was my trial project.
Is it still out there?
It's still on
Are you
YouTube.
still producing to that too?
So no, I'm working on something new.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's finished.
That's finished, but I may do like something like a spin-off from that. Like sometimes I'm doing something else. But
So what's the new project you're working on?
so I got a thing called it's like situations, right?
Okay.
Where it's showing the how things get there. Like people see, like if somebody sees two people fighting, like they'll show that, but they don't see why or how this started.
before.
Yes, correct. So I'm showing like intricate details into certain situations that are most prevalent in our communities,
That's dope.
right?
Yeah.
So I'm doing that right now. Like that's what I'm working on. That's what I'm filming right now. And it's like
So that's going to be a series too?
no.
Or is this going to be a whole
It's
film?
gonna be a whole film, but I may chop it up just because you got to give people a taste of it. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's what I'm working on right now. Yeah, but it's like when people say I don't mess with my brother, I don't mess with, or I don't like homie. We used to be tight, but people want to know what happened.
Yeah.
That caused that.
So you writing the scripts also?
It's already written.
You write so you're doing everything. You
I
write
write
the script,
everything.
you directing, producing, and editing the project?
Executive producer, because I got to fund everything.
That's a fact.
Yes.
Is your publishing money still coming in where you could throw it over there?
So just a fun fact.
Talk to
I'm
me.
gonna tell you the truth.
Yeah.
So I went to, this is Freddie Jerkins, right? Who gave me that co-publishing deal. What you don't know is they don't run out. They don't expire.
This contract.
The contracts don't, if somebody has your publishing, they could have it
For the rest of their life.
Yes.
Dang. That's why people put their children on the publishing, because it's generational wealth.
Yeah. So think about it. So think about it like this. That publishing, he could have my publishing forever.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you got to negotiate to get that back.
I just went through it.
Is it going through, or they?
I just got it back.
Oh, that's what's up.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't even said nothing because I would have been. And I think the main thing is people are too. My story is nothing.
Yeah.
It's people who wrote big records that went quite like crazy.
Yeah.
But they're too embarrassed to tell you what happened.
Exactly.
Or show you the paperwork.
See, this is your country club right here, man. We could talk.
Yeah.
We could talk about it. Ain't nothing. We ain't here to embarrass you.
Yeah. When it comes to publishing, people won't tell you they wrote big records, but they're embarrassed to be, be dead popped out here and they wrote these records and they know. So they don't want to tell you but like Prince, like Michael Jackson, so Freddie Jerkins, who had the company, he did something solid. Cause I contacted him like, listen.
Salute to him too, man, for even doing that.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, let me get my pub back,
Right,
man. Like,
yeah.
And I know for the love of pub, like it's like, that's what we call it, like for the love of pub, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I had to pay, and it still cost me, right? I had to pay my attorney
Right.
to send it over. You can't go with the homeboy, yo, yeah,
Exactly.
I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. I was calling them for like 6 months that way. 6 months, literally 6 months, every day, yo. Then
They respect that though.
this is, yes, so I had to have the attorney. So but I'm gonna tell you what I did though, just real quick. I'm driving. This is how the universe works, right? I'm driving and I see this black Benz on the side of me. I look over, I'm like, I look at it, not thinking of it.
Yeah.
I see, now mind you, I'm in New Jersey, he live in Atlanta. But I look over, I see him in New Jersey. I'm driving right beside him.
Yo, that was
mind
a blessing.
And I was just calling him crazy. I'm like,
Yeah, pull that over right now,
yeah,
sir.
I'm like, pull over. He like, yeah. We pull over. I'm like, yo. I said, I need my pay. He like, yo, I'm gonna give it back to you. I'm like, nah, for real. And he said, nah, call me when I get back to Atlanta. I called him. He keep telling me he ain't back in Atlanta.
Yeah.
He's still up north. We did that for about 3 months. It seemed like, I may be wrong, but it felt like 3 months.
Yeah.
Then I said, listen, give me this information. I'm gonna have my lawyer send over the thing. He sent it over, and it took him a second, and he finally signed it.
That's
and
what's up.
And I can't even hold you. I was so happy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was happy just because it's mine.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
Yup.
If somebody takes a record and it goes, like you could take a record that I wrote and it goes, and all of a sudden, then I'm filthy. You get what I'm saying? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, so I was just like, yo, I just need mine back. Like,
Facts.
you know,
That's
like, I know like with everyone saying that, like when Puff gave everybody their publishing back, yeah, he may have squeezed the life out of it. And I feel that's okay, because what if this next group, this next wave of people come, these artists come and they take those records and it goes out of there, they gotta go get you to sign off on it.
True.
These people, and so and it makes them some money.
Right. Yeah.
That's the whole thing. But you gotta be before that they go in the Puff to sign off on it, right? They're not
the first one.
You're not signing off. You're not.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So on your work.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So that's all. So that's why I was happy. Like, all right.
Are y'all ready for this game, man? For you new up and coming artists, are y'all ready for this game, man?
Yeah.
Prepare yourself, man. So how can the people find you, social media, get in contact with you?
You can call me 917-251-4545. That's the old school way.
Direct, yo.
Direct. Or you can find me on Instagram, The Real F.A.T.S. Instead of an A with the F.A.T.S, it's F.V.T.S. The Real F.A.T.S, like that. Yeah. On YouTube, I have NG Film. NG Film is the YouTube name. And you can find me on there also.
F.A.T.S, I appreciate you, my
Hey,
brother.
listen, thanks for having me, man.
Yo, we locked in, bro.
Hey, listen,
You heard?
I'm gonna follow you. I'm gonna follow up on that.
Scream at
and
me,
see,
bro.
right?
I'm putting on my acting boots. You feel me?
Okay.
Yo, y'all, we got F.A.T.S in the building. I hope y'all got some good information for all you new and upcoming artists. Please follow, like, and subscribe to the channel. Rhymes and Politic. F.A.T.S is in the building. It's your boy Cise. Peace.
Peace.